no eki afei yenti ensi ensem no emwe Oswafa washe enyinama hoden ensemeso Metro Minister for Energy and Green Transition ebo amane se yewo National Petroleum Authority Act Act 691 ya wo trust 2005 ni mo na empenifo agitu mo wo chirema nei no wo hwe nioma ekoso ewo petroleum sector ni mo a na akoye se enisa act yi enhyeda emo ebura papa ni state ebraso se empenifo ebetena se na wo ayensa kiraye ewo National Petroleum Authority Act 691 no emu.
Completely new video. I thought that the video was not that bad. It was fit for purpose, but we could tweak. Secondly, I received some suggestions, comments from various stakeholders, boards, even the chamber, and all those people. And I said, look, let me establish a committee with representation from all of you here. Consult amongst yourselves and submit a working document for me, which I thought was done. So I hope that today is not a day for reconsultation. I hope so that we can make progress. My approach is simple. Let's not do this protecting our interest today, and let's put ourselves in the other shoe. I'm minister today, so the minister wants everything subject to the minister's approval as is done in other acts. What if tomorrow I'm the chief executive of the MPA? So I'm MPA chief executive today, so I want to assume all the powers. What if tomorrow I'm boss chief executive? So let's do something that would outlive our own interests and ensure that we put proper checks and balances in place. The difference between the NPA Act and, for instance, some other acts, in some jurisdictions you have a downstream petroleum regulation, and then you have maybe an NPA Act. In this situation, we are using the NPA Act, one, to regulate, two, to formulate policy. And if you look at it critically, that is what we are doing. We are dealing with the law, which is the legal aspect, but also dealing with policy in terms of what this nation wants to do. And so I want to appeal to you to give off your best. Let's have a session devoid of unnecessary personal interest, rancor or antagonism, and then let's deal with the issues. There are four or so critical ones, in my opinion. And one is centers of power, resource control, absolute authority, and policy as well. How do we navigate that so that everybody's interest is covered? It's not done bad at all. And I'm learning a lot of lessons from the petroleum sector. And I've made a lot of position papers to cabinet. The petroleum sector, in my opinion, despite the challenges, seem to be doing better than the power sector. So the question is, what is the petroleum sector doing that the power sector is not doing? So we can learn. And also, what are the few issues in the petroleum sector that we can enhance? One of the key issues has to do with Lacan allocation and getting inundated with issues of Lacan. And that's why, together with the MPA and other stakeholders, we want to have a second mooring system. Once we have that, issues of Lacans are over. So one of the ways to deal with such challenges is to address the root cause. And we've been working around the clock to address those issues.
Ghana Revenue Authority ebo amane se enyumekuo mako enkono bi a eye aban no edea ede wo mo eka wo kire mu a enyumekuo akasie papa na wo hye eka wo mo ede ala chese wo kabo mu a ebedru Ghana cedis 47 million Ghana cedis wo kire ma we no eye afimpi mienu ene eduenu miensani mo no ede eka womo edie na no na wo chiremu ese enyumakuo yi Graphic Communications Group Limited womo edika 3.4 million Ghana cedis. Afenso Gihog Distilleries Company Limited wamo so edeka 2.1 million Ghana cedis also ena tema oil refinery wamo so edeka 136,000 Ghana cedis wenna no wɔkyerɛ sɛ to a sa abai enyumakoi no wamo entua na enrada ye August bosom de to so eduenu enum ena Commissioner General Ora Anthony Kwesi Sapon okopie mo ewo public account committee ni mo na wode ensem yi editu dwa na oto aso editu dwa etre se enwumakoyi a aban no ede a wo mo edeka etoi no wo kire se enwumakoyi ebo amane se sikasem enhyeda enkoye emfa ema wo mo enti na wo mo edeka no oto aso editu dwa etre se ade se Ghana Revenue Authority ede enhye mapa egu akwam a enche bia no eka bia se enwumakoyi edie no wamo ebegege eno atire no watro se na ino se woka eka hodo a enwumaku ahodo a wamo ewo mai Ghana mu ebomo ya no eye eto eka de a na ne nyina egina 116 million Ghana cedis na Commissioner for Domestic Tax Revenue Edward Apenten Jamera ena woba amane ese Ghana Revenue Authority ede nhyepa egu akroma hwese abanyumakuo ene ankurankura nyumaku ahodo a womo ededeka eto ahodo no womo ebehwese obaji ni nyina se beye na woman no sikasem nso no ebetumi akonanimo de no etumi aboa ama empuntuo aba woman no emu. Etwa ensemne so na yenko yenimo na enkane Asen Central mra hyebedwani onimonyamfo Kennedy ohene Japan yebeka ya wafimpi mienu ene edunani mu no na atwese oginaye presidential primaries no ebie wo NPP amanyoko no anemu na so enyade se odi nkunim na amanebo ya beto yepono so etwese eyade se wasan anase wa file the nomination forms ya wo hwe ni mu se NPP amanyoko no primaries no du so a won besa so ato aba no ede amano na wagina wo NPP amanyoko na anemu se mampeni anase wasi mampeni akonwa no eho akan no ebie na wɔkyerɛ nyame admechena ye August bosom de to so eduenu enson na wode forms no obekwa kwa submit ewo NPP amanyoko na tena yakasie mu ye no no ewo enkrampumpuni mantem hayia na ehyae so no ahyebedwani wono waka wonimonyamfo Kennedy ohene Japan ni campaign team no members no waka ho ebie sanso na wonimonyamfo Stephen Amwa wono so eka ho ebie na womo na wode ensem yi ede etudwa na yabeka ya NPP amanyoko no ebebo amane se afia yebesi mo ye afimpi no ene eduenu ensia no General bosom de to so eduasa womo ebeye womo presidential primacy a womo ebeto aba nipa wo begina NPP amanyoko no anemo akosi akan wafimpi mienu ene eduenu wotwe no emu na obi nomination forms no ede eto ho no wonimonyafo Kennedy ohene Japan wono ni nipa odi nkan a wakofa nomination forms ya nyame adom echenam wode ebeko NPP amanyoko no headquarters ya enkramantem heya na ade se wonimonyafo kwaku otem ya oye Obuasi West ma hye bedwani ene owura anaso onimonyamfo Charles Forsen Tema West onimonyamfo Stephen Amwa Nshaye so ma hye bedwani ene onimonyamfo Lawrence Ejinsam ono so Himan Lower Dentura mra hye bedwani wo mo na wogina onimonyamfo Kennedy ohene Japan anemo ya August boso de to so enum wotimi efa nomination forms no ede emano na wo mo eba amane etresen enye se onimonyamfo Kennedy ohene Japan wakofa nomination forms ne keke ne bom no ade a wakofa anasempo no wi a wayu ataso se obegina NPP amanyoko na nemo akosi akan no wafimpi mienu ene edwedenum abato no emu ne se hunti no wam esre NPP amanyoko no se ebreso se wam presidential primaries na wam ebeto aba no ede ama onimonyamfo Kennedy ohene Japan. anopa no nsia kase ebo enam de esomo ewo CTV eso do na you know yes to me ewo YouTube no eso modern say obekọ ho na wa subscribe ede amaye hono no eye my CTV GH ento ansem no so na yenko enimo ewo ensem foforo emu na abai krache ema de hia wo mo ewo sum empeso na so wono mo no eye onimonyafo Lydia ohene wa Sara na wo bo amane se ekwan ya eda amashiaye ekọ eye akorabo kwan na chese enye atete apansam ha se kontebe wenam so ama wode contract no ahye wo binsa se wonhwe se wo besiesie kwa no so kakra ede ama wo mo na enche bia no ya de se aban no e wona ni so so beba beye ekwan no kura ede ama wo me se wunti no wakọ akọhwe sadia ekwan no esifa ete wona CTV ama ne bofo ekasai
won so amusu de bia no na ese meba na mebehwe enyina ye bedi adanse se free amenhia ekwa akrabo to say kwan na se nti na as say assembly no ye de ye ho hyem na ye ba na ye besiesie kwan ne so ma won ye nim se enche kra road minister be ma contractor ba road ne so na wa ba be ye ni ye ama kro no mafo na ma won ho ato nti na na ye abasaita ye siesie kwan ne so de ama won mi wogidie se ya cho krata de akọ so na say omo beba contractor beba road ne so ababeye nti mi wogidie se enche ni amanfo ne hwehwe no ye aman no babeye ama won government no babeye ade ama won ye nim se ye ntipa drivers for no aha na aye omo fa ye okada for ye nim se cars akese no na aye se kwan yes kwan ni ye ma won ye won awodea nti aye mu kwan om pass om ye den om use kwan no impempi ni drivers ne faso a ade omo du hakra mpa o betimi ama yanya bibi kakra na yetimi dia support to say anwe yi ya na bibi but ebi wa be frɛ na omo nye den omo nye ready so mba be support nti yes say omo nam kwan ni so omo hwe ye kwan ni ye ma ye pa because won wa na omo hwe omo say kwan ro hwe fiti kuku a ekwa ya yeso kra gu kota but omo gusu say ye kwan
na kwan ni if say weather we say na weather na ye no sense you to a ye brepa do a sense you to can't me mba by na me fan say me ho say MC no ayade it yes no say the obeye yes no MC go dey nya mpo no mumra no mbe ya ma yepe if say fit enim no koni nyina sense you to can't me mba it yes MC no fa yera don't want ma no mbehwe yakwan no mo yemaye so mbe yon so e beda wan wase e say brepa kwan no die no kwan nyam ni ye bre de yakwan no ye no so wa betutu akrabo aba so no wa betutu fe no enti ye sire wom no mbe yemaye na ye brepa enti se nkan ne kwan de ne nye e se fiti ase ko no podi na asem yo isu to a fiti de tu wono muko akrabo wono de kamba esa na ebre nko anti apamucho nenso e faso ne uze se MC no aya de o ma betwa so ma anti e ka se ngami shira no mboa ne se mboa de ande na ya na anti apamucho pa ye unse o ya ma anti yenso ye ka se mboa yen ati e se ye ba meeting kra o so anti ye sa ko akrabo ba ye ba ya no so edu ana yenso mo tapa ne ba de ni ati fiti nano de ble kwani nyakura ye bedu ayo so ma twa no so no fact mani ade bedu akura so service na mishram
Yentoa ensem no so na yenko enimo yeda so a ewo epoye mantem no emu na emebu no baya 1600 na yeka say no wode won ho ahye national apprenticeship program no emu ewo epoye mantem no emu na 24 extra se beye na wo mudwumadi ahodo a wodie no betimi edi ne yie nti no ya de se wo ma hye se bosome bia no wode allowance ana sika kakra ebeboa wo mo afenso akade ahodo a wode ebesu adwuma no ama adwuma no etumi kayi akoyie nso no ya de se empenifo ede eno so epi wo mo so
articulation and announcement ceremony of our pioneer beneficiaries of the National Apprenticeship Program NAP. This moment is the combination of months of hard work and collaboration aimed at equipping young Ghanaians with essential skills for employability and entrepreneurship. Since the launching of this initiative, on the 30th of April 2025, we have received 115,000 applications, reflecting the immense interest in our program. This pilot phase, we aim to train 10,000 beneficiaries across the 9 priority trade areas, including agriculture, craftsmanship, mechanical trades, fashion design, cosmetology, renewable energy, hospitality, ICT, and many more. Our goal is to ensure that every region and its talent pool is included. Today, I officially welcome our shortlisted apprentices into the NAP family. Following this ceremony, training will commence based on structured curricula, supervision, and regular monitoring to ensure quality training.
Wednesday, I am in charge here for the past 3 days. It has been very good. Now, Masters go tie back we realize that most often Masters will be training for that. The preset training. In Ghana, so and before I be training, we need to get some qualification. CTVET certificate, one of them. Now, in TMIS, fresh CTVET executives say I'm from the facility the reason why they need to get it. After that, and say who say and entity can help some and yet they use the training for that. Who say definitely for that but be training on there. Then training training. Most often than not, getting for that question apprentices I say masters I say who say new kunta the mommy from the back school and 4 months this time around we don't like it that way. For a very short period of time. Let the focus be there. Say to the Moshabo no mobile windows. No, you be answering it to me, Shaba would do so. We say, yeah, near doors, so Yamia don't make a quinana, and waiting your fine is on my fine than I say. And I am still man any moon was same man in sense. So waiting your funny pack a crabby say, I'm going to mean trade. Yes, you're quite better when I say a big boy, and I dear Madame Nipe. Not a maybe bedroom, so Mopana say, I do see a bit point of one. It's me actually. Estati, ya yana emiyaji. Tangu yani ya kwenye ni maya. On behalf of this, we commend you for the sacrifice and continual work that you are doing. We are not only beginning, but what we what most matter our outcome of the apprenticeship program is what matters. Not you being the master.
Anopano siaka siebo enamde esomo ewo CTV eso no ko Facebook ne so my CTV GH follower na wala ka fence we pian share ne so e de ama obi na wono so enye bi ahwe ko YouTube nso ahonso no yestimo hobode ase ho no obe subscribe e de ama ye nyina no my CTV GH ento asem ne so na yenko yenimo na Ora Abdul Karim Mohammed eye coordinator Emma Civil Society Organizations Budget Forum na obo amane ese ene no oba wo mai Ghana mu a eto ahodo aban no ejeje no na aban no ma nani enko informal sector no hono wo kire se honso na sika dodo na efiri eba ne sinto wada de srede ebeto aban ne mu se woje to ne de a ene wo ma nani enko informal sector hono na wo mo so djuma ahodo a wodi no wo mo ho ebeheha wo mo.
So the Ministry of Finance put out a notification that they are in the process of preparing the 2026-2029 medium-term framework. So we gathered here to put together our inputs and our thoughts, recommendations to inform the medium-term framework. Then also, it's out of that they will prepare the 2026 budget. And there are a number of areas that we are looking at. We are looking at 5 critical areas. The macro fiscals, looking at revenue generation, as well as expenditure management. We are also looking at agriculture and food security. We are looking at social spending, covering education, health, and social protection subsectors. Then there is the issue of governance and anti-corruption. Then we are also looking at critical infrastructure commitments that the government has made, as well as energy and the extractive sector. So these are the focal areas that we are looking at to also make our contribution to help enhance development going forward. Yeah. So in terms of revenue, I think we continue to have the challenge of being one of the underperforming economies when it comes to revenue performance, even though our revenue agencies seem to be meeting their targets over time. Unfortunately, if you look at the mid-year review, the performance, they couldn't meet the target, by quite a significant margin. And so we are putting forward ideas. I think when you look at Ghana's the tax rates for the various handles, we seem to have quite high levels of tax rates, particularly if you take, let's say, VAT. Ghana's effective VAT rate now is about 21.9, which is about one of the highest in the entire Africa. But if you compare us to other countries, compared to Nigeria, compared to Togo here, the yield from that tax handle in terms of its contribution to total GDP is far less than those countries, which tells you that the higher the rates are, compliance tends to be lower, because people always find a way, if the tax rates are too punitive, they try to find a way about it. Government have made a commitment to revise the rates and all that, and we understand they are working with the IMF on that. So in this round of budgets, we want to hear concrete reforms that will make it more affordable and also easier for compliance, so that we can enhance revenue mobilization to power our development. That is one aspect. Another area is the little that we are able to mobilize, how well we are managing it. If you look at the recent published Auditor General's report, it seems in 2024 we did even far worse than we did in 2023, which does not augur well for a country like us, who are in demand, who are in need of so much scarce resources to power our development. So yeah, we need to plug the revenue leakage loopholes that exist, that tends to be exploited over time. Then also the sanction regimes must be punitive enough, so that corruption and mismanagement of public resources will become a higher risk undertaking, so that people are not giving just a slap on the palm and let go.
Yentwa ensem no so na yenko enimo yenko eye gbawe zero Makadi Estate ya no ewo eye weja gbawe mesi no emu na adehye ya womo ewo eye gbawe zero Makadi Estate ebo amane se bridge bi ewo kuro no so na se mantem ho no mo na ene no bridge ni asai ateta pansam wo kire se sa bridge kuro ya so na emofra mienu bi ekofa ya wamo emunu editor nsuo no efa wam ekoye wo kire se ba ya bosom mienu nie na wode ehwa de srede ato mpanifo mu na so bepem ne enya de mpanifo efi womo de senti wode de srede eto aban ene mpanifo ni mo so ntwa woni emehwe womo
ba so right out what I say higher by zero Makadi Estate ekwan no Yamianim no cranny. We are a circle, heading by since I should toy 3 months ago now. A quite years, Anna. Figure Bubua Nebubugum, so sure, nay half, Bubua Guman a quano, a half. Now, I have say, very dangerous. Maybe can collaborate while only now, right? If you for money at the intino, the best stress, Umbeshana on my mind because said the air corner. One day, since you sound to be ma, in India, basi. A crime chapter, a more house saying, Obia no bit me a pea. And I have a crime back up and the demo exit and entry, a crime back up. Intino, the best stress, on my Umbesha assembly in the Besha, and things say, in your Macassa, sorry for no community in Obia the wait my but I had do no, a very deep, in here a lot of resources to make sure, say, yeah. Nti ne rest say ombehwe no ma ya man we de ya apili enye se bibia ya apili ni apili say bare no yin na nkwala wa ha benfo adwumafo wa hwe say tracks ni ade a ebe sinya di say edane na obi wu a ya hwe nipa mengi ni say ye twema emoja gu ansana ye bi meka base e ba be ye bitima ye before ansana ni na etimi aba ntimi sem say assembly no ye pamucho by municipality with our community ni bibia obi a ye responsible no MC MP na omunya ehwe na omunya man na bibia enye
na bridge ni nsuo tokora dia untimi mfa ha a kire se yiri go kwan mu nyina unya kwan kora no wafa udi agro nso betwe wa hye gwata yi mu atwe hwe mu nso a yowo na obewu enye na aboafo ne hwan na ba beboa yen ntino se mabai de maba na aso ati se enye na so betumi aboa ye dia ye beda na ase ya nkora na de bebre iwi tamre so no to aye kese kora no omutumi ba ebe di agro kora wu bebre nso tumi pra nti bridge ni de enokora de okay enye kora enye na yem hihye de na obatan a waja wo ba na ukọ adwuma na wobeti se ye be frɛ se wobapira na nsuo de wobakwa se we de se nkentwa yi ya pa akura bi atomu wo hada ache kura nsuo na fa nokọ wahu tinya bridge ye yi de obi ani wo be ye acha da hwache.
Bridge is the main connection between this main road to Mechandi Estate and all the communities behind it. As we speak, it's been eroding, and you can see it's getting worse and worse by the day. We are concerned because it poses danger to both motorists and pedestrians. School children pass here. People going to church past here, driving, walking. So we are concerned because it gets deeper and deeper every day. When it rains, it gets worse. So we are concerned as a community and as a church that this is not being fixed. That is the problem. We went to see the MCE 2 months ago. A couple of members from the community, we mobilized ourselves and we went to see the MC, the assemblyman was there, and they promised to come and have a look at the situation. The MC actually assured us that if the assembly is not able to do everything, they'll partner with the community for us to fix the problem. But we haven't heard from them since. It's been 2 months of mobilizing resources. That's what he indicated, because he said he didn't know the magnitude of the problem, but once they come to assess the problem, they will see if the assembly on its own will be able to fix it or get the community involved in fixing it. I'm sure it's just about resources in fixing the problem.
Ebusian for my nyina eye gbawe zero Makandi Estate ensemiso na yemfa kase bono ensi abombodi a se obefa phone na ko Facebook ne so bo my CTVGH kase boy no ebepia ba na wenya bi ahwehwe so a na wa like wa follow na wa share e de ama obi na wono so enya bi ahwe ko YouTube nso ho no yestumi ho live ni nyina no eye my CTV GH mesore so na obapa ya titi eni Kofi Osuman ede oman Ghana nkoso no ato aso ede ama omanye no working eni medin madase.
CTV, Ghana's #1.
Ghana, ahwode ba yesidi nimu. Emra ye de crazy kanonie. Hisense Factory Direct promo na sabe o. Na we die e chai kane no. E wo mu say atete so dada. Say who na so.
Efiti 25th, e kopim 29th August.
Yes, I so say me chese anti so prenu. Emputu ba economy ni mu a. Wo so se fata say. Wo di de. Wa fa wajinibu. Brand new smart TV a. Wo hwe wo sini papa bi wo so. Fridge kakraka e kwan dem. Na wo di load wo niema. Air conditioner